All right, welcome back. Today we're looking at area and perimeter of parallelograms. So going over a couple problems from worksheet number 3. So your formula, it's in your packet, but just to remind you, area of a parallelogram is base times height. So same as a rectangle. We see it's basically the same type of shape. It just looks slanted kind of compared to a rectangle. So things to remember, base and height have to be perpendicular. So you're always looking for the two segments in the diagram that form the right angle. Sometimes the height might be drawn outside of the parallelogram. So you might see a height drawn outside like this, as long as it's perpendicular. So as long as you see that right angle symbol in here, then you can assume it's the height. So let's look at a couple problems. Number 1, find the two spots that are perpendicular. So we see our right angle formed by our dashed line and this side length. One key characteristic of a parallelogram you need to remember is that opposite sides are parallel, but also opposite sides are congruent. So you have 6 for top and bottom, 3 is on the left and the right, but that 3 doesn't matter to us in our area calculations. So area equals the base of 6 times the height of 2. So area equals 12 units squared. Number 2 and number 3, we see where that right angle is being formed again. So our height and our base drop the 10 down. I'm not going to go through the calculation now. That's pretty straightforward. Where they get a little trickier is at the end here, numbers 9 and 10. So if you look at both of those, we're going to go over number 10, but you see you are given the base in each of them, but you are not given the height. So the question asks you to find the height and the area of the polygon, or the parallelogram in this case. So in number 10, we see when we draw that height in, it creates a right triangle. And specifically, we see the 90 degree and the 60 degree. So if we want to use our triangle sum theorem, 180 minus 90 minus 60, we know that that angle at the top here is going to be 30 degrees. So we have a 30, 60, 90 right triangle. So we're going back to skill, I think that was 21 we did, special right triangle. So in a 30, 60, 90, we know opposite sides congruent. So we have the 11 over here in our parallelogram. So that's our hypotenuse of the triangle. So if we have the hypotenuse in a 30, 60, 90, we can get to our short leg by dividing by 2. So 11 divided by 2 equals 5.5 for the short leg. And then to go from short to long, to get the height of our parallelogram, we're going to take that 5.5 and we're going to multiply by square root of 3. So that's going to equal our height. Now we just need to get the area. So area equals, that height is perpendicular to the base right here of 17. So our area is going to equal 5.5 root 3 times 17. Since this is our final answer, you could round this height to the nearest tenth if you want to, but as you're calculating the area, I'd use the exact value of 5.5 root 3 to make your answer a little more precise. When you multiply that out, you should get an area of 161, now rounded to the nearest tenth since it's our final answer, 0.9 meters squared. So number 9, pretty similar to number 10 in the fact that you have to use some special right triangles to find the height. I will post the answer key later tonight, worksheet number 3 for homework. And first period, you can email me with questions. Third or fourth period, me or Miss Matos is available as well with any questions you might have.